You're running services on Azure, maybe a few logic apps, some functions, an API or two, something breaks. A workflow starts failing silently. A queue backs up, an integration dies. How do you find out? A user tells you? Your client calls you? That's not a monitoring strategy. That's embarrassment on a schedule. And the worst part, Azure Monitor is already sitting right there in your subscription, watching every resource, tracking every failure, ready to scream the moment something goes wrong. You're just not listening to it yet.
I'm Maxim, a software development consultant. Here on my channel we dive into real-world development cases, showing you how software solutions are built and deployed in practice.
In this video, I'm going to fix that. I'll show you how to set up an alert in Azure Monitor, wire it up to Logic App, and have that Logic App fire a notification straight into a Teams channel. Your team sees it immediately. No digging through logs after the fact, and you will not get angry client calls. Let's set it up. So let's talk about what actually happens when you have no alerting in place. The Logic App is running. It's part of something important. Maybe it's processing orders, syncing data between systems, calling downstream API. It starts failing, not catastrophically, not in a way that takes the whole thing down. Just quietly, consistently, run after run, throwing errors, doing nothing. And here's the thing, for a lot of resource types, Azure Monitor collects basic platform metrics automatically. No setup required. Failed runs, errors, throttling, it's already there, already being tracked. Your subscription sees every one of those failures. The only question is whether you are told it to do something useful when those numbers go wrong. You haven't, so it just watches, silently, while your integration dies. That's a core problem. Not that Azure lacks monitoring capabilities, it doesn't. Azure Monitor is genuinely powerful. The problem is the gap between it's available and it's configured. Many teams never close that gap until something blows up badly enough to force a conversation. And then there's notification problem. Even when people do set up alerts, they route them to email, which is often a black hole for anything that isn't a calendar invite. Your team lives in teams. That's where decisions happen, where incidents get discussed, where someone can actually react. So that's where alerts belong. And here's what we're building. First piece, a Logic App, simple workflow throws errors. In your real world, this is whatever service you actually care about. Could be function app, service bus, API management, anything Azure Monitor can see, which is basically everything. Logic App is just simple to use in demo like this. Second piece, an Azure Monitor Alert. It watches that Logic App and the moment something goes wrong, it fires. Third piece, another Logic App. This one is wired to receive that alert trigger, and its only job is to format a notification and send it somewhere useful. And that's somewhere. Fourth piece. It's a Teams channel. Your team sees it immediately in context where they can actually do something about it. That's a pipeline. 4 pieces, all connected. Let's build it. I'm starting here because you need something to monitor. I've already got a Logic App set up. Let me show you what it does. The workflow is that simple. It has a manual HTTP trigger, makes an HTTP call that is deliberately going to fail. And that's it. That's all we need. An error source. In your real setup, forget this exists. Your monitored resources, whatever service is critical to your business. I'm just using this to generate failures on demand. Let me run it once, so we can see what a failed run looks like in the portal. There it is, red, failed. Azure Monitor already knows about this. Now let's make sure it tells us. Over to Azure Monitor. This is where the magic starts. I'm going to create a new alert rule. First thing, it asks scope. What resource are we watching? I'll point it at our Logic App. You'd point it at whatever you care about in your setup. Next, a condition. This is where you define what something went wrong actually means. I'm selecting the signal Logic App runs failed. Azure Monitor has a huge library of signals for every resource type. Failures, latency, throttling, availability, it's all there. Pick what matters to you. I'll set a threshold. Any failed run triggers the alert. No tolerance, no averaging window tricks. Just fire immediately. For a demo, this is fine. For production, you might want a bit more nuance, like 5 failures in 10 minutes to avoid alert fatigue. That's actually a whole topic on its own. I'll come back to that. Now, actions. This is where you tell the alert what to do when it fires. I'm going to create an action group. Think of an action group as a reusable who to call and how configuration. You define it once, you can attach it to multiple alerts. Inside the action group, I'll add one action. Trigger a logic app. That's our notification logic app, the one we haven't built yet. So let's go and build it. New logic app. This one has a different job. It doesn't do any business logic. Its entire purpose is to receive an alert payload and forward it as a notification to Teams. The trigger is going to be HTTP request. When Azure Monitor fires the action group, it makes an HTTP post to this logic app with a JSON payload describing what happened. Name of the resource, what failed, when, severity, all good stuff. I'll grab the HTTP endpoint URL that gets generated here in the trigger. I'm going to use it in a moment when I go back to finish the action group configuration. Don't worry, I'll show you where to paste it. Next step in the workflow, post a message in Teams. This is a built-in connector. It's right there. I'll authenticate it with my account. You should use a dedicated service account instead, or even better, an incoming webhook mechanism. But this may be a topic for one of my future videos. Pick the team, pick the channel. I created them beforehand. Then I'll compose a message. I'm pulling fields from the alert payload, resource name, alert name, fire time, keeps it clean and informative. You can make this as rich or as minimal as you want. For the demo purpose, I did it simple and readable at a glance. Now let's go back to that action group and wire it the endpoint. Back in the action group, I'll paste in the logic app HTTP endpoint URL. Save. Now the circuit is complete. Alert fires, action group triggers, notification logic app runs, Teams message lands. Let me just quickly walk back through the whole thing so it's clear before you run it. Azure Monitor is watching the first logic app. The moment it sees a failed run, it evaluates the alert condition, threshold crossed, it fires. The action group gets invoked, which makes an HTTP call to the notification logic app. That logic app picks up the payload, composes a Teams message, and posts it to the channel. That's it. That's the entire pipeline. Now, quick look at the Teams side. I've got a dedicated channel set up. I called it Azure Monitoring Demo 1. Nothing fancy needed here. Dedicated channel keeps alert noise out of your regular conversations. Your team can configure notifications on it however they want, banner, sound, whatever their own call tolerance is. The point is, it's visible, it's in context, and it's where people actually are. Alright, I'm going to trigger a failed run on our logic app right now. And then we wait. Remember, Azure Monitor has an evaluation window. This won't be instantaneous. Give it a minute or two, and there it is. Teams notification, resource name, alert name, timestamp, and even link to the details of the alert. Everything you need to know right there in the channel, the moment it happened. That's a pipeline working end to end. Alright, before you go off and build this in production, let me save you some pain. These are things I've either hit myself or watched other people hit. Learn from our suffering. Gotcha number 1. Alert firing delay. Azure Monitor alerts are not instantaneous. There's an evaluation window. By default, depending on the signal and resource type, you might be looking at a 1 to 5 minute delay between the failure happening and the alert firing. For most scenarios, that's completely fine. But don't set this up, trigger a failure, stare at Teams, expecting an immediate ping, and conclude it's broken. It's not broken. It's just not a firehouse. Give it a few minutes, which, to be fair, is still infinitely faster than finding out from a client. Gotcha number 2. Alert fatigue is real. I touched this earlier. If you set your threshold to fire on every single failure immediately, always, you will start ignoring it within a week. Guaranteed. We're all Paulus Dag here, and if the bell rings too often, it stops meaning anything. Think about your threshold carefully. 5 failures in 10 minutes is very different from 1 failure ever. Use the evaluation period and aggregation settings to tune this to something your team will actually respect. A single noisy alert channel is worse than no alert channel because it actually trains people to look away. Gotcha number 3. The Teams connector and authentication. The Teams connector in Logic App authenticates against a specific user account. That means if the person leaves the company, changes their password, or their account gets locked, your notification pipeline silently dies. Don't use a personal account for this. Set up a service account or use a shared account that your team controls. Gotcha number 4. Monitoring the monitor. Here's a fun one. Your notification Logic app, the one that sends Teams messages, can itself fail. And if it fails, who tells you? Nobody. You've got a broken alarm and no way to know it's broken. Set up a separate simple alert on the notification Logic app itself. Yes, it feels a bit recursive. Yes, it's absolutely worth doing. At minimum, check the run history on that Logic app occasionally. Don't assume silence means everything is healthy. Sometimes silence just means your alarm is broken. Alright, what we built today is not complicated. That's the point. 4 pieces, maybe 15 minutes of Portal work, and you go from flying blind to having a real-time alert pipeline that puts failure notifications exactly where your team can act on them. No custom code, no third-party tools, no additional cost. Well, there is some cost, but it's not significant. And it's already baked into your Azure subscription. But here's what I actually want you to take away from this, and it's bigger than the demo. Monitoring is not a feature you add when the project is mature. It's not something you configure after the first production incident. It's not a nice to have that lives on the backlog forever. It's table stakes. If you are running workloads in Azure and you don't know about failures before your users do, that's a gap, a real one. And now you know exactly how to close it in about 15 minutes. Azure Monitor is watching your resources right now. Every failure, every throttle, every latency spike, it's all being tracked. The only question is whether you are listening. Today, you'll learn how to listen. If this was useful, you know what to do. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and all that stuff. And if you've got a gotcha I didn't cover or a monitoring setup you're particularly proud of, drop it in the comments. See you in the next one. Goodbye.